Ah, how are you? Good night to you too. How you feeling? Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Are you ready for tonight's show? Is this going to be a really, really good one? Uh, Hi, Denise. Wow. Thank you for coming on in. Can you guys hear me? Hi, for Sean. Wow. Good to see you. So we'll start in a couple minutes. Okay, thank you for Sean. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, awesome. 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 Thank you. All right. So we'll start in a few minutes. Tonight's show is about, is he serious about me or just wasting my time? Got some really good stuff for you all tonight. Of course, glass of wine. It's Sunday. It's kind of chill. So hey. Yes. So if you guys, you have your wine, go ahead, pour yourself a glass and enjoy. Yeah. Absolutely. Sangria. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll just wait another minute and then we are going to get started. Yeah. I hope tonight brings a lot of clarity to everyone that's listening. All right. One more minute and we'll get right into it. So I'm gonna give you all my rant, my long-winded rant, because I'm very passionate about it. And then we'll go ahead and get started. I'll have another glass of wine. That was really good. Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut the music. and we'll go ahead and get started. All right. So tonight's topic, title, question is this: Is he serious about me, or is he just wasting my time? Now, this is a very valid question, ladies, because if you're investing in him, I mean, you are investing time, energy, money, your heart, you're even investing your body, and you all know what I'm talking about. Then this is a very valid question because you want to know if you are getting a return on your investment. So this is very valid. Now, I can sit here tonight and I can give you all the tricks and tips and a lot of the stuff that, you will find a lot of these gurus they get into. Things like consistency. Is his effort, is his time, are these consistent? I could do all that stuff. But what I've found is that sometimes these tips and tricks that we drop, they don't apply to your situation. So I want to give you three things that you can actually use to measure if he's serious about you. And it doesn't matter where you're at in a relationship, and it doesn't matter what the situation is in the relationship. Okay? Number one, clarity. Clarity, ladies. A man that is serious about you, he brings clarity to the relationship. And once he has decided that you're the one, he brings that into the relationship immediately. And, you know, he doesn't bring it into the relationship because he's being nice. No. He is bringing it into the relationship because he wants to protect his investment. This is why men that are serious about relationships, they don't keep you confused. Because if he feels you're the one and he's very interested in you, he doesn't want you out there in the world confused as to what are we? If he does that, he leaves you out to the wolves, to competition. Someone else can come on in and scoop you away. It's like it's like going to a car dealership, right? You're going to a car dealership. Why? Because you want a car. You don't go to the car dealership and be confused like, I don't know if I want a car. That's not how this works. So a man that wants a relationship, when he walks into that date, when he walks into that relationship, his mind, his mind is focused on being in a relationship. So he is going to bring clarity. He's not going to be one of these guys that says this stuff about, I don't believe in labels. When men say they don't believe in labels, what they're actually doing is they're running away from the title of that label because that title actually defines the requirements of that label. I mean, I take you to the barbershop right now, and the OGs, that the first thing they will tell you, ladies, in the bar, this is just barbershop talk, and I'm being straightforward. The first thing they're going to tell you is if you don't want to commit, you don't assume a title. Because once you assume a title, you got to follow the script. And that script is going to lead to engagement and it's going to lead to marriage. And this is the real reason why a lot of them, they don't want the label because the label means they have to fulfill the requirements of the label. And so a man who is serious about a relationship, he wants that title because he aspires to be committed. He aspires to be what that title defines. Also, too, ladies, that title of girlfriend also comes with a level of commitment and requirements. So he's not only defining or bringing clarity to what his title is, he's bringing clarity to what your title is as well. And this is why a man wants to bring clarity. It's just like this whole thing about engagements, right? Man gets engaged and he makes a big thing out of it because he wants everyone to know that you're mine, I'm yours, the whole deal, right? Why does he really why does he really do the engagement though? Hmm? Why? You ever thought about that? You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh, but I'm telling you all the truth. I want you to think about it. You're probably gonna say to me, he's doing the engagement because he wants to show you how serious he is about the relationship, right? Really? Or serious about getting married. Really? Well, let's look at that. If he was really, 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 really that serious about marriage, why doesn't he just go to the courthouse and just pull the trigger and we get married? That doesn't take a lot, doesn't take a lot of time. You don't have to put on a big show. You could get this done right now. Or well, maybe he's saving because you want that princess wedding, that Cinderella wedding, right? And so you all are going to need time to save money before the wedding, right? Really? So this guy's spending anywhere from 6 to 8 thousand or up on an engagement ring. Why doesn't he just take that money and put it into the wedding? If that's what he's really trying to do, save for the wedding. No, it's because he is protecting his investment. When a man gives you an engagement ring, ladies, he's actually taking you off the market. And let me prove it. For the wolves, the scavengers, and whatever else, those vultures, when they see an engagement ring, ladies, they are more likely to approach a woman who is married than a woman who's engaged. And the reason why is they don't know what stage of the engagement she's in. If she just got engaged, this is like committing suicide because she is going to reject you. I mean, she's checking out her ring, the whole deal. I just got engaged. Are you kidding? Is this a joke? If she's at the end of the engagement, meaning that she has maybe a couple more weeks, maybe a month before the marriage, the same applies. He is going to be rejected. But a married woman, he's going to take a look at the married woman. He's going to look at how she's dressed, how she moves, how she speaks, what she's saying. And he's going to be like, I don't think my man is taking care of her. Why don't I just go ahead and just move on in? But he's not going to move in like he would on a single woman or even a married woman because he doesn't know what stage she's at during the engagement. So, one of the first things a man does once you all have become exclusive, he immediately brings clarity to the relationship because he wants to protect his investment. He's protecting the relationship. Men are very territorial, y'all. And he wants to be sure that you're there for only him. Number two, as far as a measurement for a relationship, it's going to be future, 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 ladies. And this is very important because you want to know where he's headed in the future, and you want to know if you are a part of that future. You might be joining up on a future that, you know, may not align with what you want or where you're going. So it's important to know where he's going in the future. You want to know if you are a part of that future because you don't want to be wasting time. And a lot of these guys, they play this game very well. This is why a lot of ladies end up in situationship. These guys, they do what I call future flirting. They flirt with the future. I can definitely see myself marrying you. You're definitely wifey material. They are baiting you with hope. Hope that he is going to marry them. Hope that he is going to change. This is a game, ladies. He is baiting you. The thing about a man that's serious about you, he's serious about a relationship, going to the next level. When it comes to the future, he is always taking you into consideration when he is making decisions on his future. He'll do something like this. He'll say something along the lines of, what is your timeline when it comes to being exclusive? What is your timeline as far as engagement, marriage, timeline as far as having kids? Because he's thinking about the future. Some of these guys, they'll just keep you busy in a relationship. They'll do all the things that relationship requires. Busy, 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 busy. They'll take you out on dates. They'll fly you to the Bahamas. If both of you have dogs, you guys will go out on the park and walk. But what's the future of this relationship, y'all? What's the future? What's the destination? What's the direction? Where are we going? A man who is serious about a relationship, y'all, ladies, when he is serious, one of the things he's going to do is he's going to find out. I'll give you an example. I love architecture. I like architecture, but I love entertainment. So I'm all into entertainment. I live in Atlanta. I see a future for myself in entertainment. So I'm going to stay in Atlanta. That's what I'm looking at. One of the things he's going to ask you is, how do you feel about Atlanta long term? Because he's thinking long term. He's thinking future relationship. One of the things he's going to do is he is going to gradually bring you into his world, introduce you to his world, the players in his world. If he's a corporate guy, he's looking to climb the corporate ladder, he's going to start talking about coworkers. He might talk about Jeff. Jeff is the guy that's cutting people's throats on his way to the top. So he's going to talk about Jeff. And he's going to talk about Jeff because in the future he's thinking about taking you to one of their one of the things that they're going to have during his time working there. He's going to talk about Jeff because he wants you to know who Jeff is, and he wants your advice on how he should handle certain situations when it comes to the job. So he's always taking into consideration how you feel about the future. And number three, consistency with progression. And I want to be very point blank with this. Consistency with progression. Because you'll hear a lot of relationship coaches and gurus talk about the consistency with time, consistency with effort. This proves that he's serious. No. If a man knows that If he has to be consistent in these things to get access to you, then guess what he's going to do? He is going to be consistent in those things. And he's going to be consistent in those things because at some point, when you become emotionally entangled with him, a lot of those things he's going to pull back the effort on because you're going to start overlooking the red flags. So he doesn't mind being consistent if it's going to give him and maintain access to you. So so when it comes to measuring a man's seriousness, and we're talking about consistency with progression, the things you want to think about is this. Take some time out and think from day one when we started dating to now, has there been progression in the relationship? Or did you guys shoot up to a certain plateau, leveled off? Where is the growth? If there's no growth, then you have your answer. Consistency with progression, ladies. When it comes to consistency with progression, one of the other things you want to think about is this. If I were to stop calling him as much as I do, texting him, going over by his house, allowing him to come over to my place, if I was to stop that or slow down on that, would he compensate for that? Would he step up in order to maintain and keep the relationship? Would he? And if he doesn't, well, guess what? You got your answer. These are three things that can actually, ladies, measure a man's seriousness about you. And you can apply this to any relationship you're in. Don't matter what level you're on. This will tell you if a man is serious or not. I could tell you, I could tell you about a relationship that I was in. Like I was saying, I like architecture because at the time it made me the income I needed to pursue what I loved. Coming from the Bahamas, I didn't see a pathway into that future. But after staying here and staying in Atlanta, and Atlanta being a really hot spot when it comes to entertainment, I started to second think, second guess that. I started to rethink that and review and revise and adjust that, you know what? Atlanta is definitely the spot for me. I can see myself in entertainment. And so what I started doing, and I was in a relationship at the time, I started investing more and more into entertainment. I started moving away from architecture. Now, the lady that I was with, at first, she was okay with it. But I realized later, okay, after further conversations, after the relationship blew up, she wanted to be a housewife, which is fine with me. She wanted to make that happen in 2 years. That was fine with me too. But you're hopping onto a ship with me, and I'm telling you that I'm changing gears. You're not moving, you're not going along on this journey with me. And this is what I'm saying. It's very important to know a man's future, where he's headed. That way you can make a decision early on before getting involved. And that really hurt me because I really wanted a relationship with her. But we were going in two different directions. So, again, ladies, these are the three things that measures a man's seriousness about you. Do we have any questions? Any questions at all? You know, like I've said before, and especially in previous videos, men that want a relationship, men that are serious about being in a relationship, they come to the table with that mindset already. They're not trying to figure it out. They don't have a problem with labels because labels, they inspire them because the definition of those labels keep them motivated. It keeps them looking towards the future. Something to aspire to be. So they don't have a problem with clarity, making it clear that, look, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend. And that's another thing. When it comes to clarity, a man that's serious about a relationship, when he introduces you, he introduces your title or introduces you with importance. You are important to him. Clarity, y'all. Clarity. He is measuring the relation. You can measure the relationship through clarity. Clarity, future, and consistency with progression. I'm really hoping that this helped because a lot of ladies that I speak to, they find themselves in situationships because they think they are in a relationship that's going to lead to marriage, but they are in a relationship that's meant to just keep them busy. It's meant to keep them hoping, meant to keep them confused. They are future flirting. A lot of these guys, this is what they're doing. They're flirting with the future and they're just baiting you, keeping you, keeping you along because you're hoping for the best. All right. So help me out here, y'all. Was this information good for y'all? Give me some thumbs up. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me how you're feeling. Is this helpful? Stringing them along. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they keep you busy because you think you're in a real relationship. I mean, you guys are going out on dates, y'all flying out to the Bahamas, y'all are taking vacations together. Y'all are doing everything in a relationship. But what's the end game? What are you getting out of this as far as the future? Is he planning a future that includes you? I mean, I could tell you about working in architecture and working with a lot of engineers. So we got a project goes well. So we're hanging out, we're having drinks, we're talking, and all this other stuff. And some of them are telling me that, for the firm that they work for, they are really looking to become a partner in that firm. Oh man, Phoenix, when I become partner, man, I'm going to be making six figures. I'm going to be profit sharing in the profits. Man, after I do that, everything upgrades, baby. I'm like, everything upgrades. Oh, yes. And they weren't just talking about the house and the car. They were talking about everything because I'm going to be on a new level. I got a whole different status. So I have to live up to that status. You have to know where this man is going, what direction he is going in, because he could be playing a game, playing a game. But those are the three things that you can actually literally measure a man's seriousness about you. I know you've heard all that other stuff about consistency and support and everything else. But what's the future like? Is he clear on what you all are? What if you were to say, you know what? I'm not going to give as much as I was before. Okay? What what are we then? Will he compensate for you not texting him as much, you not calling him as much? This is very important because what this does, ladies, is it shows you who's actually doing the chasing, who's actually doing the courting. I don't want to scare him off. I got to keep him informed. Men that are serious about a relationship, you know, one of the things you will find with them when it comes to clarity, and this is a part of clarity, you will learn their schedule. They're going to give you their schedule and be very open with it because they want to be clear that you're the only one. There is no confusion here. Oh, baby, I'm not going to be able to call you or have lunch with you at around 12, between 12 and 1 like we usually do because I got a meeting. You're getting his schedule. He's not shouting it out and writing it down for you, but he's leaving clues for you because you are a part of his life and a part of his future. So he's giving you minute to minute up to dates, like real time. You see what I'm saying? For Sean, absolutely. A man will make time for what is important to him. You are important to him. So he's going to make sure that when you all set a date, that his schedule is clear so that he can be on that date. He's going to open up his world to you so you know who are the players in his world. You're going to know who is affecting his life. When he's trying to be all private with you, he's not introducing you to his friends and family and all this other stuff. He's not serious about you. He's not serious about you learning what makes him tick and talk. You see what I'm saying? He's only really interested in access. Yes, and he makes his intentions known. And I use the car example all the time, but it's like the easiest. You don't go to a car dealership unless you're looking for a car. And a man does not get into a relationship. He does not go out on a date if he is serious unless he is looking for a relationship. And the sooner he can bring clarity to the relationship, the sooner he can go to the next level, which is what he wants. Once he's become exclusive with you, ladies, it's all about protecting that investment. He wants to protect the relationship with you. If he doesn't, and you're out there trying to figure out what are we, and you're confused, then any vulture or scavenger could come along and pick you up because he's not protecting you. He's not protecting you with not only his words, but with his actions, with clarity as to who you are and what you are to him. He's not protecting you by asking you, what are you looking for in the future? Because last time I checked, we both are in this together. So we're both walking into the future together. So it's important to know how you feel about the future. I'm interested in entertainment and I want to be here in Atlanta. How do you feel long term about living here in Atlanta? So, yes, ladies, these are three ways to absolutely measure his intentions for you. Measure his intention. Because if you're not keeping score and you're getting caught up in the romance and the ambiance and being busy in a relationship that's really about relations rather than relationship, you're actually going to get lost in that situationship. He's buying you flowers on Valentine's Day, but he's not proposing to you. He is telling you he is busy because he's climbing the corporate ladder rather than making you a part of his climb. You could be his biggest supporter. You could be the one that's cheering him on to that partner position. But if he's not serious about you, he's not going to include you. He should be supporting you in your endeavors, and you should be supporting him in his endeavors. Two heads are always better than one, last time I checked. And having the support of someone you love in a relationship rather than being alone out there in the world, there's nothing better than that. I'm talking to a couple right now, right? They're very serious about the relationship. The guy started opening up about his entrepreneurial journey to the lady he's with. He's telling her about the things he wants to do in the future and and how sometimes he lose faith, you know, but she's really trying to hold on into his belief. You know what she started doing? She started praying for him. Guess what that did? That opened the door for them to start praying together. Now, I'm not going to get all religious here, but what I'm saying is this. Take this however you want. A couple that prays together stays together. Just from a religious background, just talking, because now they're bringing God into the picture. They're coming together, serious about the relationship. They're putting it on God. They're now praying for each other, praying together. You see where I'm going? So, a man that's serious about a relationship brings clarity because a relationship is what he actually wants. Ladies, I really appreciate y'all's comments. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, a lot of these guys, they will keep you busy. That's the name of the game, to keep you busy. Because as long as they can keep you busy, as long as they can keep you confused, it helps them to maintain access without commitment. They don't have to give you a label because they don't believe in labels. Because, like I said, they don't, men that don't believe in labels, they don't believe in labels because they don't want to commit to what the label requires of them. That label is going to require certain things that they just don't want to give up. One being commitment. So then they're not in a rush to be exclusive. Okay. So we're coming up, we're coming towards the end, y'all. Hope you all enjoyed this. And if you're watching for the first time, please feel free to go to my website, moreromance.love, because on my website, you can get free, free, free things that will help you as far as your relationship. You can get the one question that ends the guessing game. You can get how modern dating is hurting most women. Again, my name is Phoenix Moore, and it was a pleasure, y'all. I want to thank everyone. I want to give a special shout out to Rochelle, for Sean, and Denise. Definitely. Thank you all for joining. And I hope this helped you all today. I'm actually leaving town tomorrow. I'm going to visit some friends, family, and people I love, the ones I love. I'm gonna go see them tomorrow. So I will be filming from the Bahamas, y'all. So I'm looking forward to a safe trip. Definitely will be back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's YouTube and TikTok between 7:30 and 7:35. Thank you, y'all. Look forward to hearing from you all and seeing you all and talking to you all again. Thanks.